Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the man with the hottest stuff in wrestling, Secret Service Jack Victory!
How about a round of applause for this gentleman? Ladies and gentlemen, one half of the United States Tag Team Champion, representing the first family of wrestling from Lexington, Tennessee, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert with 50 hands.
Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert making his way to the ring before this capacity crowd here on Worldwide Wrestling. And it will be our main event, Gilbert and Victory. And Gilbert certainly has a much more attractive ring attendance than does Victory. Unless, of course, you may be from the inner city of San Francisco, and then you might like Paul Lee. Who knows? Remember, fans, next week our main event will be for the United States Heavyweight Championship. Hayes and Luger here next week, and Victory trying to gain the early advantage, but Gilbert too smart for him and too quick. Victory sends Gilbert out for the ride, and nice move there by Gilbert, taking Victory straight down. And fans, I'm being joined here by Theodore R. Long.
That's correct, Mr. Ross. Make sure you get the name right. Oh, you left out one thing now. The Mr. Theodore R. Long.
Mr. Long, I don't remember anybody inviting you to come out here, sir.
Well, with my connections, Mr. Ross, nobody has to invite me. I can go and do just as I please, okay? Now, let me explain something to you. The reason I'm out here is I want to talk to the people, and I want to talk to you again about Norman. Now, this past weekend...
You mean the lunatic?
Hey, don't call him a lunatic, okay? His name is Norman, and you make sure you don't call him that, and I especially don't want these people calling him lunatic. Now, this past weekend, Norman and I were sitting on the yacht. He was playing with his puppy dog, and he made it clear to me that he don't want these people making fun of him. He don't want them calling him a lunatic, and most of all, he don't want them out there booing me. Now, I want to make that clear to you.
I think you've done that. Wait a minute, where's Kevin Sullivan? There's Kevin Sullivan out there. What? Sullivan and he and Gilbert despise each other.
Well, you've got Jack Victory out there, which is a very impressive wrestler, and Eddie Gilbert.
What did Sullivan hit him with something? I couldn't see it.
Hit who? Who did he hit? What are you talking about? Sweet stuff Eddie Gilbert? Is that who you're talking about?
Victory now taking advantage. I think Sullivan had something on his hand. He nailed Gilbert in the ribs with it, and Victory's following up on it.
Sullivan never hit Eddie Gilbert with anything, okay? Sweet stuff Eddie Gilbert, we know exactly who he is. And don't be out here trying to elude the people and make false accusations that Sullivan did something to him. He never touched him.
Well, I beg a different lateral press there. 1, 2, and a near fall.
Now, look at that. Now, you have the nerve to come out here and call me or say when I was a referee that I was incompetent. If I had been I was not. If I had been a referee of that match, I would have been there, counted Eddie Gilbert out so fast it would have been before the bat of an eye.
Well, it would have been wrong, too. I think you quite said enough, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's okay. I'll go ahead and leave now, Mr. Ross, but just remember, don't be giving Norman and me any problems, okay?
Well, he's gone, thank goodness. And I'll tell you something. Victory may be in line here to score one of the big upsets in recent weeks here in the NWA. Listen to the crowd. Eddie, they're chanting. And it's jammed to the rafters here. And Victory, before this capacity crowd, really trying to take advantage. And Kevin Sullivan, who had absolutely no business whatsoever out here. The referee was detained with Paul dangerously, and I'm almost positive that Sullivan had something on his hand. P.S. Hayes in this hour as well. High elevation, Gilbert up in the light. And big Jack Victory, who must tip the scales at near that 300-pound range. He obviously has a big advantage in that department over Gilbert. And you can see the shoulder of hot stuff Eddie Gilbert just escaping the canvas to elude the final 3 count. Remember, here next week, the United States Heavyweight Championship will be our main event. The Oriental Torture match here next week. Luda versus 3 men. Plus, we'll hear from the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. And we'll have another update on the Nature Boy. Victory, coming off the second turnbuckle, was introduced to right hand by the youngster from Lexington, Tennessee, who's got a heart as big as the volunteer state, dangerously and feverishly trying to get Victory back on the attack. But the momentum may be changing here. Gilbert with a big right hand. He sends Victory for the rise, and he nails it. Gilbert has things turned around here. He elevates the big man. Secret Service Jack Victory. A double tough competitor indeed. Dangerously, no, Paul Lee just tripped Eddie Gilbert. He fell face first. He's a blatant snake. And Missy Hyatt, I think, tripped Jack Victory. I couldn't see it. Oh, big clothesline. Gilbert all the way over the top. Hops up Eddie Gilbert's now going on guts and determination. Victory soon, no he doesn't. Gilbert trying to roll him up. But now Gilbert he came down on his knee. Shades of what happened to Steve Casey earlier in the night. Gilbert now may not be able to continue this one. Referee Tommy Young may want to consider stopping it. The youngster from the state of Tennessee makes his way back up to his feet. One half of the United States Tag Team Champions. Inside cradle, can he hold him? Yes, he can! Eddie Gilbert has done it. He's 10 from behind. The score, the pinfall victory. Gilbert is certainly the worst for wear. Let's take another look. A youngster that's always thinking. Hops up Eddie Gilbert, showing the mental toughness and resourcefulness it takes to be a star, of which he is in the NWA. And fans, when we come back, I'll talk to the United States champion in 1 moment.